Silence protects your vision. There is a deep, often forgotten truth about dreams. The moment you speak them out loud, you expose them to a world that may not understand them, support them, or even believe in them. Silence is not about hiding, it is about protecting. When you keep your plans for 2026 to yourself, you create a shield around your vision, a safe space where your goals can grow without being interrupted by doubt, noise, or negativity. Think about how fragile a new dream is. When an idea first comes to your heart, it's soft and vulnerable. It's exciting, yes, but also delicate. It hasn't become strong enough to survive criticism or negativity. It hasn't matured enough to stand against people's opinions. And because of that, your early dreams need silence more than they need applause. Many people don't understand this. They rush to announce everything they're planning. They share their goals with friends, family, social media, and anyone who will listen. But soon they find themselves overwhelmed by questions, opinions, suggestions, and judgments. Suddenly, the dream that once felt clear becomes blurry. The confidence that felt strong becomes shaky. The fire that once burned brightly begins to dim. Why? Because when you expose your dream too early, you invite others to shape it, even if they don't deserve that power. Silence gives you that power back. Silence becomes your armor. Silence becomes your strength. When you keep your plans private, you create space to focus on the work instead of the conversation. You stop worrying about who believes in you and start caring about whether you believe in you. You stop explaining yourself and start building yourself. And that shift is where real growth begins. Your vision is your responsibility. Your dream is your seed. And seeds do their best work underground where nobody can see them. They grow roots first, silently. They build strength in darkness before they ever dare to rise toward the sun. That is what your silence does for your dream. It gives you room to develop roots, discipline, consistency, patience, courage. Not everyone in your life is equipped to handle your vision. Not everyone has the maturity, the wisdom, or the mindset to support something great. Some people will doubt because they fear. Some will discourage because they envy. Some will criticize because they don't understand. And some simply won't care at all. But when you stay silent, none of that can touch you. Your dream remains pure. Your focus remains sharp. Your energy remains protected. Silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. Action speaks louder than announcements. A strange thing happens when you talk too much about your goals. Your brain starts to feel like you've already achieved them. You get a small hit of pride, a moment of satisfaction, a sense of progress, even though you haven't taken a single step. Talking replaces doing. Excitement replaces execution. Announcing replaces action. This is why you must let your work, not your words, carry the weight of your ambition. When you stop announcing your plan, something powerful occurs inside you. The energy you used to spend talking now gets invested into action. Your mind becomes sharper. Your discipline becomes stronger. You stop worrying about how your dreams sound and start focusing on how they will look once they're real. There is a certain beauty in unseen effort. Working behind closed doors allows you to make mistakes without an audience. It allows you to grow without pressure. It allows you to change direction without embarrassment. And it allows you to build momentum without interruption. You begin to understand that results speak a language louder and more convincing than any announcement could ever speak. People can argue with your intentions, but they cannot argue with your achievements. They can doubt your words, but they cannot deny your results. They can question your plans, but they cannot ignore your success. Action turns dreams into reality. Action turns plans into progress. Action turns silence into power. When you're working quietly, nobody knows how hard you're pushing. Nobody knows how many nights you stayed awake. Nobody knows how many times you stumbled, adjusted, learned, and tried again. But one day they will see the outcome, and that outcome will speak for you in ways words never could. Your silence doesn't mean inactivity. Your silence means you're busy building. Let results make the noise. Let progress be your announcement. Let your 2026 speak for you long before you ever need to explain anything. Not everyone will understand your journey. One of the hardest lessons you will ever learn is that not everyone is meant to understand the path you are walking. And that's not because your path is wrong, it's because your journey is yours, personal, unique, shaped by experiences, dreams, and desires that only you can fully feel. When you share your 2026 plans with people who do not share your vision, something subtle but dangerous begins to happen. They start giving opinions from the lens of their own limitations. Their fears become your barriers. Their doubts start whispering into your confidence. Their lack of belief begins to contaminate your ambition. And they don't always do it intentionally. Sometimes they are genuinely concerned for you. Sometimes they are trying to protect you from disappointment. Sometimes they simply can't imagine doing what you're planning to do, so they assume you can't either. But remember, people project onto you what they feel about themselves. A person who failed will warn you about failure. A person who quit will tell you it's unrealistic. A person who never tried will insist it's impossible. Your vision is too powerful to be filtered through someone else's disbelief. When you share your plans too early, you expose yourself to interpretations that have nothing to do with your potential. People judge based on what they see, not what you are capable of becoming. They judge based on who you are today, not who you could be in a year. They judge based on their strength, not yours. And that is exactly why your journey cannot be public property. Some people will misunderstand your silence as secrecy, but it's not secrecy, it's maturity, it's emotional intelligence. It's the understanding that you don't need to explain your dreams to people who don't have the capacity to hold them. You are not obligated to convince anyone of your vision. You don't need permission to grow. You don't need approval to progress. There will be moments when you look around and realize that even those closest to you don't see what you see. They don't feel the fire you feel. They don't understand why you're making sacrifices, why you're changing your habits, or why you're so focused on 2026, and that's okay. Your journey is not a group project. Your destiny is not a community vote. There is a strength that comes from walking quietly, from allowing your actions to speak for you later. When people don't understand what you're doing, they can't interfere with it. They can't delay it. They can't distract you from it. Growth often requires isolation. Elevation often requires separation. Progress often requires silence. Your journey is sacred. Protect it from misunderstanding, judgment, and negativity. Walk it with intention, walk it with courage, walk it with focus, but walk it quietly, allowing your progress to unfold in peace. Protect your energy and momentum. Every dream requires energy, not physical energy alone, but emotional energy, the fuel that keeps you going long after motivation fades. Your 2026 plans need that fuel, but when you share your goals with too many people, you risk draining that energy faster than you realize. Words carry power, and every time you talk about your plans, you release some of that power into the air. The excitement you feel gets spread thin. The drive you once had begins to weaken. The energy meant for action gets wasted on explanation. There is a reason champions train in silence. There is a reason builders work quietly before the world sees the final masterpiece. There is a reason why powerful transformations start behind closed doors. Momentum grows strongest in private. When you protect your energy, you protect your progress. When you protect your progress, you protect your future. People often underestimate how fragile momentum can be. You might feel fired up one day, full of passion, discipline, and clarity. But one careless conversation with someone who questions your dream can slow you down. One negative comment can make you rethink everything. One discouraging voice can pull you off the path you were walking so confidently. And once momentum breaks, rebuilding it is harder than starting from the beginning. That's why you must create boundaries around your goals. Be selective with who you share your excitement with. Be careful with who you allow into your mental space. Because not everyone deserves access to your energy. Not everyone qualifies to hear your plans. Not everyone is capable of supporting your direction. Protecting your energy means understanding that silence is not empty, it's full of strategy. It means knowing that the more you talk, the more you drain yourself. But the more you act, the more you strengthen yourself. Quiet effort builds unstoppable momentum. Quiet work creates personal power. Quiet focus shapes a future that noise could never create. Your goals for 2026 are not ordinary goals. They require strength, discipline, consistency, and a level of focus that cannot survive in an environment of constant talking. Silence allows you to store energy. Silence allows you to build confidence. Silence allows you to stay committed when the world is loud and distracting. And what grows in silence becomes powerful enough to shine in public. Reveal through achievement, not conversation. There comes a moment in every person's life where they must decide, do I want to talk about success or do I want to build it? Because you cannot do both with the same energy. Talking creates a temporary thrill, a momentary high, but achievement creates something far deeper: respect, credibility, and transformation. Your 2026 plans deserve to be revealed not through promises, not through explanations, and not through speeches, but through results. Results are undeniable. They cannot be argued with. They cannot be dismissed. They cannot be twisted by opinions or distorted by negativity. Results stand tall on their own, powerful and silent, speaking louder than any words ever could. Imagine the day someone looks at you and says, I had no idea you were working on all of this. Where did this come from? That moment, that surprise, that admiration, that respect comes from your commitment to staying quiet while staying focused. The people who doubted you become silent. The people who underestimated you become impressed. And the people who tried to distract you become distant shadows behind the greatness you built. This is the beauty of revealing through achievement. You don't have to explain your dream when you're already living it. The world is full of people who talk big but do small. People who announce every plan but execute nothing. People who want recognition before they've paid the price. Don't be one of them. Be the rare one. The one who works quietly, consistently, relentlessly. When you show your success instead of talking about it, you build a reputation not based on words but based on evidence, and that kind of reputation is powerful. It inspires people without you forcing anything. It attracts opportunities without you chasing them. It positions you as someone who doesn't merely dream, you deliver. And here's the truth: success revealed too early is vulnerable. Success revealed at the right time is unstoppable. So let 2026 be your year of silent construction. Let every day become a brick in the foundation you're building. Let every sacrifice become part of the structure you're creating. Let every private victory bring you closer to the public breakthrough that will one day speak for you. Because when your results show up, they will speak a language the whole world understands: achievement, effort, discipline, and transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 goals are not meant to be shouted from rooftops. They are meant to be built through quiet nights, early mornings, and unshakable discipline. The world doesn't need to hear your intentions. It needs to witness your transformation. And the only way to protect that transformation is through silence, focus, and relentless action. As you move into the year ahead, remember this: you owe no one an explanation for your ambition. You owe no one a preview of your future. You owe no one details about your plans. What you owe to yourself is commitment. What you owe to your dream is dedication. What you owe to your future is action. Stop explaining, start building. Stop announcing, start working. Stop seeking validation. Start seeking progress. Because one day when the world sees what you've done, when they witness the results of your consistency, when they see the rise that came from your silence, they won't ask why you didn't tell them. They'll ask how you did it. And in that moment, you will smile, not because you needed their approval, but because you finally proved to yourself what you always knew you were capable of. So keep your 2026 plans private, keep your energy protected, keep your vision sacred, and let success be your loudest voice. Your silence today will become your power tomorrow, and your achievement will speak louder than anything you could ever say.